Let me ask you something. How many Mondays have you gotten out of bed when you really don't want to for a job that doesn't appreciate you and a boss that doesn't even remember your last name? And on top of that, wondering on a daily basis if there's more to life or if this is going to be on repeat. Yeah, I have too. What's going on, guys? It's your girl, Megan Savage, and welcome to another YouTube Monday video. But today we're going to talk about something real. We're going to talk about if Forex can actually retire you. And no, none of this Lambo flexing on social media type of shit. I mean, actually provide you freedom enough that you can leave the 9 to 5 life and actually live life on your own terms. Now, here's the thing about the 9 to 5 life that you might have heard, you might have not, but you are trading your most precious asset, which is time. And this is for a paycheck that is barely beating inflation. Groceries are going up, rent is going up. And here's the thing, we might get some breaks with the tariffs and stuff in the government going on, but at the end of the day, if you were to look a couple years ago versus now, things just keep getting more expensive. And your savings account is not running as fast as the bills are. Forex is not just about charts and candlesticks. It's about taking control of your future. The market is open 24/5, meaning you can trade on your schedule. Of course, there's different sessions, but that's the beautiful part of it. It's a good balance between having the freedom to mold your schedule while also having those restrictions so you're not spending all of your time trading. As much as I don't like weekends because I have to take a break trading, it's also nice to have that set schedule time that allows me to be more of a person than just a trader. Maybe go to the beach or go get a matcha or whatever you're into. You don't need a huge amount to start with. And this is where proper expectations come in. Because for the first year or so, you are going to be learning. Stop with the unhealthy expectation that you're going to kick off right away. This is why I tell people, by the way, do not start with the funded account. Everyone and their grandson has thought, oh, you know what? I'll just start with the funded account. I'll pass it and then I'll use that to build my life and blah, blah, blah. Here's what I tell my students. If you want to take my signals while you're learning, that's fine. If you want to take those signals on a live account and a funded because you just want to build it, that's fine. However, do not just start with the funded account. For many reasons, I say to wait on a funded until you have been profitable for a while on a live. Why? Because the amount of time it will take you to pass the funded when you actually know the strategy, know risk management, aren't dependent on signals, it's a lot quicker. And also, if person A started with the live account and person B started with the funded, let's say it's been 2 months and the funded account person passed, and they had an account of $10,000 while the other person had $1,000. Realistically, you both have the same buying power. Because there are tons of rules with the funded, and heaven forbid you miss one of them and you blow your account. Now, this person's back at square one, while this other person, even though they started with technically less, they actually have profit secured. And at the end of the day, as a trader, it doesn't matter how long you look at charts. It doesn't matter how many candlestick patterns or whatever the fuck you remember. You need to secure the profit or else you'll constantly be working your 9 to 5. So don't focus on the amount of money you're trading with. I say realistically, if you have 200 USD, that's more than enough. Obviously, more is better if you're looking for a bigger return. But I even tell my students, don't be pulling out of your Forex account for the first 12 months. Literally compound that shit. And that's how you get 6 figures in 2 years, even if you have a losing win rate. And the reason I say 200 USD is because there's a minimum that you can risk. If you were to lose $5 on a $200 account, not that big of a deal. But if you were to lose $5 on a $50 account, it is a big deal. Focus on percentage and focus on your skill and never trade with money you're not willing to lose. Any money that's in my Forex account, I pretend does not exist, which is why I have the mindset of secure the profit. I don't know if you're the type of trader that just wants to flex online or you actually want the payouts, but me and my students, we want the payouts. And most importantly, with Forex, you are building a skill that can pay you for life. No one can take it away from you. Nobody can fire you. You become indispensable to yourself. If you want to take a day off because you're feeling sick, you can. If you want to go travel somewhere and work from the beach, you can. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Life is about doing what you want with who you want for how long that you want. If you can't do any of those things, you're not actually living, you are surviving. Now, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. Trading is not some magic ticket. I've been in the trenches. I know what it actually takes to become a trader. And I still know there's tons for me to learn. I've spoken with people that have been in the industry for 10 plus years, and they even know there's more for them to learn, especially when it comes to psychology. In case nobody's told you, I'm gonna tell you, it takes real education, not just YouTube. I was literally talking to somebody today. My first 2 years in the industry, I was hell-bent on learning on my own, learning from YouTube, not paying anybody. Have I seen people learn on YouTube before? I've never met anybody, but I've heard of it. And I'm not saying it's not possible, but I'm gonna be real with you. I had a hard time in school. I cannot sit at a desk and listen to somebody talk in monotone and to get you to take notes and repeat it. And I can't do that shit. I am more of a hands-on learner. And not having that person to check my work to make sure what I was doing was correct really hindered me. Because with trading, you could be doing everything wrong and still win. It's just by chance. And unfortunately, good results reinforce bad behavior. You could catch on, but it's about time. How much time are you willing to give? And it's not just time, it's also energy. Everyone has this big fire when they're ready to start trading and, I'm gonna free my family and make generational wealth and I'm willing to do anything. But then they blow their first account. Now that fire's dimmed a little bit. Okay, well, it's fine. I'll just buy another funded account even though I shouldn't. And I'll just buy 100,000 and it'll pass and I'll be fine. I just need one payout. Then they blow it again. Or worse, they pass it and then they blow it right before a payout, because they don't know how to manage after they get it. Like, I'm sure you can even learn how to do a certain type of surgery online. That doesn't mean I want somebody who's watching YouTube to be handling my body. And you know what? I have a shameless plug. If you have a course that you like that's helping you, do it. If you have a mentor that's been helping you, like, stick with them. If you have a community, whatever it is. Shameless plug, this is why I created my community, is I saw a hole in the education when it comes to trading. And all these people are like, well, I can learn online, I can learn online. Out of the hundreds of thousands of people that I've met that go, oh, you can learn online, how many of them do you think are actually getting payouts? But here's something that I can tell you. Almost every single person in the trading space that I have met that said they invested into getting a mentor is getting payouts. So if I'm going to listen to the herd of people that are telling me, oh, don't get real education, don't do it. Okay, whatever. How much do you make? Exactly. Don't let someone shame you into getting real education. Whether it's with me, whether it's from someone else, do whatever works for you. But you need to give up something. And it's either you need to pay money up front to get the education or you need to sacrifice time. So do whatever is important for you, but don't forget about your spark. Because there will come a time where you've blown an account or you've been stuck on the same strategy or you've been strategy hopping and you're overwhelmed with all the education out there. Whatever it is, I've seen a plethora of reasons on why people's spark dim. One day it will hit you and you will feel like, I can't do this, and you will give up. This is why the statistics say that not a lot of people are successful at trading. It has nothing to do with if it's hard or not. Because honestly, I've met people that have done harder things than trading. It is a psychology game. You need help. It's not an ego thing. And if you are one of the few people that have learned on YouTube and they are getting the payouts and they're successful, good for you. I am really, truly, I'm so glad that it worked out for you. But I'm sure that you have information from your journey that could genuinely help people that don't learn the same way as you get to their goals faster. Take what I said with a grain of salt. Do whatever you want, but that's just my 2 cents. I'm just gonna be a shameless plug one more time. I actually even have a free community for the people that are a little bit skeptical about buying education online or getting scammed, because I totally get it. I was scammed $10,000 before, but it has some education in there to actually give you a feel about what it's like. But I'll move on to my next point, which is proper risk management. If any guru comes up to you and says that they have the best strategy in the world, you know what? I'm not even gonna call them that, because honestly, I'm pretty biased about my strategy. But I'm not an idiot, and I know that any strategy can work with trading. Stop psyching yourself out. The problem is you're learning too many strategies and you're combining supply and demand and then all these trend lines and then SMC. Like, stop combining everything. Pick a strategy, stick with it, because it has nothing to do with your strategy. Like, for example, I've been talking to some people in the space that trade trend lines, and they know that their strategy doesn't have the highest win rate, but they can still make money because their risk management is on point. They have a plan that they stick to and they follow it. With every strategy is their pros and cons. For example, I trade a version of SMC. Some people find it very complicated. There's a lot of different confluences, but the pros to it is that I have really precision entries and very small stops. Another example, support and resistance. It's a backbone of trading. Very easy to understand and learn, but it's very basic and it's very easy to get stopped out. Again, these are generalized things that I'm saying just to sort of show you that everything has their pros and cons. And it leads me to my next point, which is you're going to make mistakes. I have a whole training module for my team on this. You need to learn how to lose like a pro. You will never win your way to being a winner. You need to learn how to be a professional loser. Because just like my last point on risk management, you will lose. There is no such thing as a 100% win rate. Anyone tells you that, they're crazy. You will make mistakes. The question is will you learn from those mistakes? And I'm going to tell you some secret sauce. You you could do everything right in your strategy and still lose because there could be an imbalance that was way far back that you didn't see. There could be a news event that maybe you overlooked. There's so many reasons, but if you learned how to lose properly, it shouldn't bother you. And if you guys want a video about how to lose properly, let me know and I can drop you some value there. So if I could put the path to trading freedom down in just simple steps: 1, get proper education. 2, start small and focus on consistency. 3, track your progress. If one of my students come to me and they tell me that they have been on a losing streak or something's not understanding, and I'm like, let me see your notes, and they're not journaling their trades and telling me what's up, I say that's your first problem. And 4, simply do more of what's working. How do you know what's working? Well, from journaling. This is a skill set that you're learning, guys. You need to know if you're going up or down. So here's the reality check that I want you guys to hear. Not everyone's going to retire from trading, but those who put in the work and treat it as a serious skill set that they're learning, who are consistent and actually put the work in. I'm not talking about taking shitty signals that they find on Telegram or online. I'm talking about actually puts in the hours, trading on their small live accounts, back testing, and getting their questions answered. They're the ones that will create real opportunity for themselves. Like I said before, guys, if you are somebody who is wanting to take that step, but you just don't know where to take it, or you want to just dip your toes in the water to actually see what getting real education is like, what having a real system is like, message me on my personal Telegram, which I will attach to this video, the word free, and I'll send you my free group. If you want to take that leap forward though, and you just want to go in, and you're somebody who wants the extra help, whether it's trade bias, weekly calls, trade recaps, live trading, whatever it is, message me VIP. Remember, with trading, you will not get rich overnight. You don't expect to go to university and be rich overnight. You know it takes time. You need to get accepted. You need to do the education. You need to finish the education. You need to graduate, find a job, build a resume, all of these things. And then you need to work your way up in your career. The beautiful part about trading is you skip most of these steps. You dive deep into the education, you learn it, and your bank account literally starts to grow. I want you to ask yourself what you were thinking about doing for school, or if you're in school already, how many years of time are you dedicating towards learning that skill? Because I guarantee if it was over a year and you just took that time and put it into trading, like, bruh, you wouldn't even have to be forced to go to school if you didn't want to. And that's the beautiful part too, by the way, is living a life that if you wanted to go to school, it's strictly out of passion rather than feeling forced like you have to. If you found any value from this video at all, please drop a like and subscribe. I'll love you forever, I promise. Once I reach 1,000 subscribers on this channel, I am going to be going live for you guys. And I also have a special giveaway planned. Speaking of giveaways, if you aren't already part of my Instagram, definitely jump on because I'm going to be announcing the next one. I recently just gave away a MacBook Air as well as a couple funded accounts. So I'd love to put more money back in your guys' pockets. But besides that, if you have any questions or topics you want me to cover in another video, drop them below. Remember, you're savage, not average. And I'll see you guys on the next one.